Hello, we're back. We're doing it. We're not going to be. We're doing the football. This is a brand new show. We're doing football today, and then we're doing the other show as well. So, let's
Also, we've been away for how long?
I think it's a year.
Well, 2 years. I think.
2.5 years we've been.
Well, but not 2.5 years.
Well, close to that.
Nearly 2 years.
Nearly 2 years. Okay, so let's.
Yeah, so nowhere near 2.5.
I think. Well, okay, let's get on with it. Of course, yesterday was the return of the Premier League, so we'll need the scores and everything else, but also the big news.
Just try and make sure that the timer continues.
Yeah. But the big news, of course, is that there's been an election of FIFA. There's a new guy in, which I don't know anything about him.
He used to be the one who was always doing the draws in the Champions League.
Oh, so he's the guy, right?
Which is why I was always surprised. I thought he was a host. I thought he was just a host. I didn't actually know that he actually was like an executive or something.
Maybe he was going to draw the president,
It's like
delegates' names out.
It'd be like Dermot O'Leary just suddenly being an X Factor judge after being present. You think, really? That's what it sounded like when I was announced. I just thought that's a bit weird. But no, it turns out he actually is an executive. And he does know what he's on about.
Yes, but the question is, can FIFA be restored after everything that's happened? I think not, because what they've about to done now is basically destroyed the image of FIFA and football altogether,
and all sorts of other people as well.
And all sorts of let's basically break it down. It started with him, and then it all came tumbling down, and then he got banned for 6 years.
Was it 6? Was it 5?
So I think it was 6 years, and some people being banned for life, which was quite weird. Why has he got 6 and others being banned for life? Shouldn't he be banned for life from FIFA?
Maybe it's because he wasn't directly involved, and the ACO people are accepting bribes, and maybe he just decided to sweep it under the carpet.
Well, he got away with it, basically.
No, well, he hasn't got away with it because he's not allowed to ever have a big position again.
No. But let's move away from FIFA and talk about the Barclays Premier League, which came back with a huge bang, of course. Well, not literally a huge bang, but of course Leicester, they are on top of the Premier League, which is a huge shock, because 12 months ago they were battling relegation, and now they're battling for the Premier League. Now, which begs the question, what the hell is going on down at Leicester?
Well, they got on Claudio Ranieri, really. He's a top manager.
Yeah,
because I did think when they got him, I think that's a huge coup for Leicester, a huge manager to get. So I mean, if you get the right manager and he's with the right players, and he gets them to play right, and also if you look at the team, it's consistently the same team throughout the whole season, so they know how to play together, so they know how to make it work.
So basically, Leicester are on top of the Premier League, followed by the top four, which is Man City, Tottenham, and Arsenal, and United are not in Premier League contention now.
We're for 5th or 6th, I think.
Yeah, we can still. Well, I don't know about Champions League football, but it's possible.
Well, no, we definitely can, because I mean we're only for 5 or 6 points off actual Champions League places, and there's still like 11 games after today, so who knows where we can finish.
Yeah, so after today, there's 11 games left, which will be going back and forth each week and try and look at all things related to the Barclays Premier League.
We'll try as often as we can, because obviously we've got.
And we all got stuff going on, yeah. But
scheduling work.
Scheduling
work isn't very kind of me, no. Because I constantly do 9-hour shifts, and any time I got a day off, I just want the day off.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone in bed.
In your darkened room, don't disturb me. So anyway, like I said, United. So let's have a look at United for a bit, because United's season has been up and down. 1 minute we were top, next minute we were in Champions League, next minute it was 6. And United is like a domino effect. 1 minute they're playing well, and the next minute they're not.
Yeah.
And everybody seems to be blaming the manager. Now let's take a step back. It might not be the manager's fault. The players have got to take the responsibility, because they're playing on the pitch. The manager's there telling them what to do. and apparently he's like the best, well, one of the best managers in the world because he's managed.
He
managed like
he
Barcelona,
Ajax,
Ajax,
Bayern Munich.
Netherlands. He led them to
The
world
for third place in the world.
third place in the World Cup. And when I mean, let's put it this way: he plays like a very slow style type of football.
He plays very controlled.
But this is the Premier League. It's the fastest league in the world.
Yeah, but you would argue against that with like Mourinho because he's won the titles being defensive.
Maris,
And also, if you've got no defence, then you've got nothing to.
Well, that's the thing because United are trying to get Mourinho.
Well, that's like rumours. That is rumours,
but here's why I think if you get Mourinho in, because Giggs is there trying to learn management. If he learns from Mourinho, well, that could be goldmine for United in the future.
Well, that's why I thought if Mourinho comes in and stays for like for 3 years, then Giggs takes over. Then that means Giggs will have obviously had all those years he'd worked with Sir Alex. He'd have worked for a while with Moyes. He'd also worked with Van Gaal and then Mourinho. Before really good manager.
But the problem is, if United get Mourinho, he is only like a 3-year manager. He wins.
Everyone's saying like it is just like a quick fix.
It's like a quick fix, but you need something
you want
long
permanent,
term.
and that's what United have been about. It's been like permanent, like what's the word?
Stability.
Yeah, stability.
Stability. Yeah. You need something that with stability.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Mourinho might be the right choice for stability, but if he stays there for 3 years, passes it over to Ryan Giggs, then he'll be there for longer. Like, well, nobody can say like Sir Alex Ferguson, because he was there for decades. Decades.
Well, he could be because I mean, Giggs is only in his 40s, isn't he? And he could manage for years. I mean, if he gets it right.
So let's move away from that. Let's have a look at another one, Man City. Now, Man City have been very busy people because not only are they in the Champions League, they're in the League Cup this afternoon, providing this result as well. We'll look at Liverpool as their opponents, unfortunately. But today I'm supporting Liverpool because I don't want Man City to win.
In fairness, I am as well because
for one day only.
Yeah, well, it's also because the reason that because as a football fan, I prefer teams to win with passion, not teams because Liverpool are successful because of passion and because people want to play for them. People want to play for City because obviously money, they've got no history. And also, it is knowing that a lot of my family are Liverpool fans, so they'll obviously be cheering today, and they'll obviously be
just hide in the corner.
Yeah, but I'm going to be saying, I am actually on your side today.
No, which is quite rare because it's Man City. Now in Man City,
it is always that the fixtures in the season, like these two fixtures, whenever they play, it's like, who do I actually want to win?
Yeah. So that's what and also Man City have been busy. They've been spending big, not on players but on a manager, a certain manager. The manager that we all fear the most is Pep because he is familiar. He has won trophies with Barcelona, and Bayern Munich, and when he comes to Man City in the summer, it's like everybody was thinking, what can we do to stop him?
What can we do in it as well? Yeah.
Because better let's face it, Arsenal will be sticking with their manager for God knows how long. I mean, I feel sorry for Arsenal fans because the only trophy they won in the past 2 years is the FA Cup.
Yeah, but back-to-back FA Cups isn't exactly.
No, it's not bad. They want to win the league. That's what they want.
Yeah, that's because they haven't won that for what? If they don't win it this year, it'll be 12 years.
And the Champions League as well.
Yeah, they never won that.
They never won that. They came close a few years back, but they blew it. But it's Barcelona. What can you expect? Well, my fear with Man City, they got like billionaire oil investors,
owners, yeah.
And they can basically just go, here's my checkbook, buy who the hell you want.
It's just like, here's a checkbook, whatever you want, sign it.
But it's like, but they are slowly building themselves to be like a force in football.
Yeah, but
which is strange.
But if you look at the results this season, they haven't been like that fearful.
No,
they're like because Leicester went there and won 3-1. Tottenham went there and won 2-1. I remember in their title winning seasons, they could hardly be beaten at home.
No.
So I mean, they can be beaten at home, and they're not that.
No.
it's just scared to watch. When you watch him, you don't feel that scared anymore. I mean, you look at Toure, he's still an awesome player, and anyone would have him. But you don't really fear him anymore. He's not like the force he was.
Well, that's the thing. Most of the top players that won the league in 2012, they're getting older.
Yeah.
And City's answer to that is just basically buy the best players in the world, but the best players in the world are slowly getting to that peak in their careers.
And also you got to consider that they might not want to come. They might be happy where they are because where they, for instance, Paul Pogba. There's obviously always rumours about him going all sorts of places. But you have to think, given what Juventus are achieving, would he leave? Because they've won.
Probably not. No.
Because they've won 3 straight Serie A titles. They won the Italian Cup. They were in the Champions League final last year. They were close. So you think, well, why would they leave?
That's the thing with City. They will be linked with every best player in the world. I mean, Messi, Ronaldo, anyone that is playing right now, but they are probably be happy in the clubs that they're in, despite the fact that they want them. So let's move away from the City to the next top 5 is Arsenal. Now, Arsenal is like deja vu all over again. Every season they seem to think that they can win the title. They can win, but sometimes something goes wrong. Either a top player is injured, or they have too many fixtures, and they lose their mentality, and they don't want to win the league. They do want to win the league, but then all the teams that are trying to win the league, they do well. If you know what I'm trying to say. Fair enough.
Do you mean the schedule gets too much?
Yes,
and they just can't cope.
No, I mean, yes, exactly. It's the same thing every year, and then they do well in the cup competitions, obviously, and when it gets to the domestic, they just
they crumble because of like fatigue or something, whatever. But I do have to say, I think they will take it to the wire this season, but whether or not they'll win it, I don't think they will win it.
No.
But I think they will to take it to the wire like the final few weeks of the season. They'll be there with at least for 3 weeks to go. Well, whether or not they'll still be them, I think City will still be in them to the end. Though.
Yeah, because Arsenal, they play good football. They enjoy playing football.
They have been entertained to watch over the last for few seasons because they have actually got like a good team together.
But the problem is with Arsenal, they don't want to spend big money like the other clubs.
Yeah, they do seem to refuse to spend big money. They used to always spend like once in a while, and then they bought Ozil and Sanchez.
And then that's it. They haven't bought anyone else, and that's the problem with Arsenal. They refuse
They just don't
to go
they don't build on what they have.
No, they probably buy 1 or 2 players in the summer, and then going into the winter where they want to buy people, they're probably not. And then sometimes in summer they don't buy players as well. And it's like Arsenal very.
Look at the camera.
I am looking at the camera.
Yeah, but you're looking over there. There's nothing there to blank wall.
It's like Arsenal are very repetitive, and it's like just do something. Just buy a decent player that you can use. I mean, Arsenal have got good players. I'm not saying that they're a bad team.
But you need to build on it.
You need to build on it, Arsenal. You need to build on it. I mean,
because everyone else is going to improve, and they seem to stay still. Which has obviously been the problem for Chelsea this season. They didn't really buy anyone this summer. They just stayed still, and that's why they failed. That's why everyone's been beaten.
So let's move on to the other top 5, and that's Tottenham. Now, at the beginning of the season, I would never dare to say Tottenham
could win the league.
But now, I'm not saying they could win it. I'm saying Champions League is
the Champions League. I think they will. I think they might get to Champions League. Yeah. Depending if it doesn't crumble in the last few
What's
games.
stopping Tottenham from? They're like that's what's stopping them from winning the league, or Champions League. It's possible. I mean, if United, if they continue to play like they are.
Well, United have been playing alright in the last few games, so I mean, there's every chance if they play that, then they can get into the top 4. But to Tottenham, you think it is possible, but Tottenham have also got the Europa League, and they're not used to going so far.
No.
And having this made because at the end of the season, they might stop because the squad obviously isn't as big.
That's another question that we should ponder on. if, because Man City have been arguing that it's too much travelling for them, because they had the